What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Joven and TONIC fam, Crow fam. I am back with some more bullish content for you guys in this video. TONIC sitting at $20.9.62 million in market cap, just under $21 million in market cap, up 1.48%. I wonder if we're gonna have a nice market open tomorrow, because today is Sunday and the markets open tomorrow, right? So maybe we see what happened last week, where the crypto is turning green, expecting for a market rally tomorrow. Could happen, right? And then we see a nice move up in TONIC once again. It's curving up, man. Is it doing another rounded bottom to make another move up? We'll see what happens, guys. I have a video right here from the Coinbase CEO. Right here, Coinbase CEO explains why crypto is important. Brian Armstrong himself talking about digital assets. We can't rule out the Coinbase listing for TONIC, guys. We really can't rule that out, because Coinbase, shared this before, Coinbase experimental asset right here. We have a new asset label for Coinbase where it lists low cap projects. I told you guys last year I made some nice 2x trades, 2 to 3x trades, because, you know, buy the rumor, sell the news, right? I got into projects that were under the experimental asset label. Soon as they got listed, they made crazy moves to the upside. So this new experimental asset label lists projects that are at lower market caps. Let's see. Experimental asset label to certain tradable assets that are either new to our platform or have relatively low trading volume compared to our broader crypto marketplace. And the projects that got listed last year under that asset label, guys, were, I'm gonna be honest, were not as good as TONIC is. Community, much smaller. Team, not really developing that much. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, how did these get listed on Coinbase? So my thought process is, a Coinbase listed for TONIC, you can't rule that out. It's a way better project than some of them that got listed last year. You guys could go and look it up for yourself. I don't want to shill other projects here or talk down on other projects, right? But yeah, I'm telling you guys, that could be a possibility for TONIC in the future, because as far as the project goes, it is a great altcoin with great utility. It's already on a tier 1 exchange with crypto.com, and you know, being under the experimental asset label for Coinbase, for it so it could get listed on Coinbase, you can't rule out something like that for TONIC. And I apologize for the neighbors' dogs, man. They've been going crazy these past few days, but I apologize, guys. But yeah, something to keep your eye on, guys. And remember how I say crypto, digital assets, DeFi is the future. TONIC is one of those DeFi assets that institutional, retail, everyone will love, because it brings such a new utility to the space, guys. Such a brand new type of utility to the space. When it comes to DeFi, it's basically like a digital banking system, a DeFi crypto banking system that could carve out so much market share, could create so much development for itself, to its ecosystem and growth and adaptability, because of its use case. And we see right here in this video Brian Armstrong talking about why crypto is important.
Coinbase's co-founder and CEO is here, Brian Armstrong, and we are at the company's headquarters this morning. He's got a new op-ed out on CNBC.com. It is titled "Offshoring Crypto Hurts the Financial System and America's Geopolitical Standing." I want to welcome him this morning. Good morning.
Thanks, Andrew.
So you have a fascinating piece, and this really goes to what I think is the big issue, which is, do you believe, and I know what you believe, but should policymakers enact some form of real legislation here? If we don't, what happens in terms of that business going abroad?
And of course, guys, this alludes to, the SEC banning staking on centralized exchanges. The bans they're making, the things they're doing, guys, it is just to keep the average person like you and me poor. That is it. If you making an honest living, they just want to keep us poor, man. And nothing else could change the fact for me, like that point for me, guys. I don't need your protection, SEC. I am a grown man, okay? We are adults. We have been through so much, okay? We got to deal with bosses that we don't like, okay? We have been through so much, okay, SEC? I don't need your protection. I just need my crypto. I need my DeFi, okay? I need my crypto in my wallet that nobody gets access to but me, right? So, you know, the ban for, you know, for staking on centralized exchanges affects us because that's just FUD in the market to keep people away from the market as usual, right?
And can it be done without regulation, which is to say, I think a lot of folks look at what the SEC is doing right now, and they're looking at, you know, enforcement actions across the board that are trying to make a point, but maybe not necessarily creating clear guidelines, and what the right answer is.
Yeah, I mean, I think new legislation is needed. And the reason is that if you look at Americans, 80% of them feel like the current financial system doesn't work for them. You know, the fees are too high, the delays are there, it doesn't serve everybody equally. And so, and it's not.
And this is what I'm talking about, guys. The average person could tell the previous financial system is not working. It is not working the way it's supposed to, man. Everything else is going up. You know, the only thing that's not changing is our paychecks, man. Something is off about this, and this is why I say DeFi is the future. The new future of finance as we know it will be crypto, digital assets, TONIC, you name it, guys.
By the way, you know, the current financial system is built on 40-year-old technology. Some of the laws have been around for 100 years before the internet even existed. And so, you know, my belief is that cryptocurrency is actually the most important technology that can help update the financial system. And what's really cool to see is that actually the user base of crypto, you know, advocates out there, there's 1 in 5 households in the US are now using crypto. They're actually coming together and starting to get organized and saying, we want to elect candidates across 435 congressional districts.
Oh, I didn't even know those stats. That's super bullish that more and more people are using crypto, guys. I'm telling you, it's the future, man. Everyone over the age of, I would say 25, they're going to dip their toes in the crypto and start using it. And the more it becomes more, how should I say, utility focused, where we use it in our day-to-day lives, the more adoption takes place.
That will help create this industry here in America safely.
Do you think realistically we are closer to regulation? Becky and I and Joe were talking about this earlier, and you know, it feels like we're closer, but also feels like maybe we're just as behind as we were 5 years ago.
Yeah. Well, I've been spending more and more time in DC, and what's great to see is that there is strong bipartisan support for legislation. I think everybody saw what happened with FTX, and they said, okay, we need to make sure there's strong consumer protection.
The FTX situation really shook a lot of investors in the space. It was, you know, just a bad time for everybody. But hey, at least we got rid of a bad actor, guys.
We also recognize that there's innovation potential here, and we don't want this to be like 5G or something like that, you know, the semiconductor industry that got moved offshore too much. We need this to be built here in America with strong consumer protection. So there's at least 3 different groups I'm aware of in DC, senators that are working on different bills being drafted in various different forms. And, you know, it takes a small miracle.
Yeah, because this is the thing, right? With all the with everything the SEC is doing and all the banning they're doing, it's just gonna make a lot of people, a lot of companies, crypto brands decide to take their business elsewhere, away from the US. And that's just gonna hurt the US economy, because when other countries are developing and getting more and more economically powerful through crypto, their country, the US in itself, will start to lose in that digital battle, right? And that will just set back, you know, the financial ecosystem for the US even more, in my opinion.
Anytime something actually becomes law, but I'm excited to see that there's people who are passionate about that, making that happen. And I think the voters in America want to see that. They're going to elect candidates coming up who are going to advocate for that.
So what do you tell the crypto critics? And I'm thinking Senator Elizabeth Warren, she has said the following. She says, we have money laundering rules that cover banks and credit unions and stockbrokers and gold dealers and even Western Union, but current rules don't cover big parts of the crypto industry, and crypto likes it that way. Is she right?
No, that's just simply not true. I mean, Coinbase is a great example of this. I started this company more than 10 years ago now. And I started it in the United States for a reason. I believed that this needed to be built.
There's a lot of legitimate companies in the crypto space still. And it's, you could say the same thing about crypto.com, Crow, its ecosystem. TONIC is a great project as well. Such a fundamentally strong altcoin, guys. It's just a matter of patience for more and more people to realize this.
Built here in a compliant and regulated way. So we've actually been regulated for about 10 years now. I mean, we initially sought out money transmission licenses here in the US because that was the closest thing we could find to a license that made sense. We've since gone beyond that. I mean, we got one of the first BIT licenses in New York. We're regulated by the CFTC, a federal regulator here, registered with FinCEN. And by the way, that's just in America. So the U.S. risks really being left behind here a little bit. You know, the rest of the world is...
That's exactly my point. Being risk left behind financially, that would be a huge setback for the U.S. economy, because look at how it is right now. It's literally, to me, so close to collapse when we take a look at the DXY in the videos I cover, right? Or the charts I look at, right? TONIC fam, Crow fam, hope you enjoy the content. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate the support that you guys give. It really helps out a lot. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Leave a super comment, super thanks in the comment section, and become a channel member for early updates on any recent news, or, you know, shout outs in my future videos as well. Once again, TONIC fam, Crow fam, appreciate y'all. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.